Howdy, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm about a minute late. I had to make sure my mic was working correctly because y'all will call me on it. Yes, you will. So just making sure that everything is popping. We have a lot of people that were interested in this particular live about my doctor's visit. This is the Late Night Chronicles over on Life Abroad with Tia and Nikki. And I appreciate everybody who looks at the replay, who logs in to see it. I know it is Good Friday in the States. They are also celebrating it here in Mexico. And here it is a federal holiday. So it's well recognized, it's well celebrated in more places than just the U.S. So people are really enjoying their weekend. So tonight, as a Friday night, I've never done a live on a Friday night. I don't know how many people I'll have to tune in. However, we're going to get into my doctor's visit and what it was about, and what I learned that I didn't know, a different way to see life, to see Medicare or medical care and cost in a different environment, in a different country, in a different city. I don't know what's going on in other places, around Merida, or I'm sorry, around Mexico. But right here in Merida, I can tell you definitely about what to expect here. So without further ado, we'll get into it. I'm just waiting for some people to join in so that they don't miss anything. I think this information is very important. I think you guys can use it. You definitely need to see the difference. I hope I can portray the difference between living in America, living in the States, and the medical system there, and living abroad and the medical system here. So, hey Tanya, my favorite all-time MOD. Hey T, hey Helen. Thank you so much. My mic is fading. My mic is fading in and out. Can I get a test on the mic, please? I was a little late. I was having some issues with my mic. I paid so much money for this mic, y'all, and it really pains me that I have issues with it from time to time. I can hear myself in the background, and I don't sound like I'm fading in and out. So let me know before I start. Helen, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well too. Tanya, can I get a test on the mic, please, before I proceed to give you what you need? Can I get a test on the mic, please? Can I get a test on the mic? Can I get a test on the mic? I'm still going in and out. I was coming in good. Okay, I'm trying to correct it here. Sounds good. Melody. I'm not going to continue. I don't want to come in and out because I know you guys want to hear this information. Better? I'm going to have to buy me a Shure mic. Those are the best mics to have, is a Shure mic. Let me know if I'm fading out. I will continue to talk so that you can hear. It's good. I'm good. Melody? And hey, Melody, good to see you. Happy birthday to all the Aries. Am I good? Am I good? Am I good? Okay. All right. Let's start. So tonight I'm just getting into, thank you, Invencia. Tonight I'm getting into, thank you, Tanya. I appreciate it. Tonight I'm getting into my doctor's visit. It is going to be quite comprehensive. Um, so you can get your notepad ready if you need it. I will put notes. Also, you guys know I'm on Substack. So I already have this on Substack to release right before this call. And it's pretty much what I'm talking about here, and it's a little more detailed. I really love doing work on Substack. It really fills my desire to write and to express myself. So if you're interested, Substack is popping right now. Everybody seems to be going that way. So of course, welcome. I'm sorry about the mic issue, and I want to just give you all a real talk, a moment. And not this, I just want to do a disclosure that this is not medical advice in any means. It is just about my personal experience. And I mentioned in my Substack, where you can read more after this live. So it's not about bashing American doctors. It's just about exposing a little bit more of the system and how it can warp your perception of how medical care actually is supposed to work and how it does work in other countries. So what you think? Okay, so I took notes for myself. So I was going through a little serious moment where I was doing self-diagnosis, and I think we all go to WebMD or Google or AI if we have some symptoms that we're questioning. So I was looking up skin tags and stuff because I was concerned about my sugar. I did not consume a lot of sugar in the States. I was well aware of the glucose, but here, because they do not have high fructose corn syrup, is non-existent in Mexico. It's illegal. They use a lot of pure cane sugar, right? And they also have derivatives thereof, like monk fruit, which is what I use now, which is good for diabetics or anybody having glucose issues. So I'm walking around thinking my sugar high because I consume more sugar here than I did in the States. And being careful also about where you get your information, right? The power and the danger of WebMD, TikTok, AI, Google, right? When it comes to health content. So I like the fact that I'm able to actually reach out to my doctor here. Also, I was noting emotional stress and how it can make me feel sick or make you feel sick even when you're not, even when your body is okay. And so I was pretty much Googling myself into the grave, right? I done came up with all kind of stuff that's wrong with me based on my change from my diet and my body now in my 50s compared to being in the States in all of my 40s and coming here right at the beginning of my 50s. So the first thing is I did a short of the lab technician that came over and took my blood. I did it in my pajamas. I didn't have to go nowhere, although I did. I got in my car and went to the office and nobody was there. And then my doctor reminded me that the lab comes to me. So the visit and the simplicity and peace of it, right? So Dr. Jose is one of the doctors that I do referrals on with Rubio too. We have two very well English speaking doctors that pretty much everybody is the go-to. Dr. Jose, I give him away in consultations at the end in resources. And so it's direct contact here. There is no receptionist. There's no nurse. It's human to human care. So I will admit I was a bit nervous, but he was calm. And that's what helped me come out the rafters. And then his kindness and the fact that he was present with me in the moment. His mind was not on his next client. His mind was not on if I was going to be able to pay my copay. His mind wasn't on the last meeting. It was on the present meeting. And that was a big contrast to the coldness and the rushed feeling that I have in the States. It's pretty much robotic. We talking 15 minutes conversation. You find great, have a good day, or here's your prescription. And so in the States, I felt very rushed. When I was with my mother, I felt rushed. I often talked to her doctor about using her like a cattle. You got us coming all the way here, and we live quite a distance from the office. So we would go all the way there to sit in the waiting room for 30 to 45 minutes and to actually see him for 5 to 10. And so I mentioned to him that, my mama's not a cattle, and we could did this call on like the telecalls that they have in the States where you can go and do a telecall. But that didn't stop him from keeping on doing it. So the difference here is my doctor treated me like I mattered, not like I was on the schedule. Invincia says the health system in Quebec, Canada is really, really bad, and they take about 33% of your paycheck to cover the free, quote unquote, medical care. But to see a specialist, sometimes it may take 1 to 2 years. Wow. Okay. Yeah. That's not happening. I made my appointment. I asked for an appointment. It was like 2 days later was the appointment, and then we realized I was like, what about the blood work? It was a little miscommunication. We got that figured out, and then it just moved like 2 days. So I got everything done that week. So now to the lab and blood drawn in the pajamas. So as I mentioned, they come to your house. Yes, they come no matter where you are. And I got a full blood panel, and it was gentle, quick, and along with wireless payment. Here, they don't take your credit card at any place you go, even to eat or anything. You put your card in, they do the thing, you take it out. It never leaves your hand. Or if you have the touch, you can just touch the screen, it'll do that too. So I didn't need any cash, but if you want to pay with cash, you can. There was no lab waiting room. I remember in the States when I would go to the lab and all them bad kids running around, it was overcrowded. People up against the wall waiting. And then they weren't particularly gentle through the process. So that was a change. And all of the things that has happened has caused a little trust versus trauma issue. So in the past, I've had surgeries. I had 26 fibroids removed. If you go to Substack, I talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it here. So I've been through it. And that was in my early 40s. I said 26. So the biggest one was 7 pounds, and the smallest one was an ounce. I got pictures of them. And so I've been through my gamut with the, y'all know that's my word, with the medical system. Now, I will say where I worked covered it. I love my job. They paid for a couple of surgeries. And I had another one. And I will say about the fibroids is I had a black woman doctor who was outstanding, phenomenal. And she had worked with a group of doctors. So I'm fortunate to have her and to have went through that process with underneath her care. But that's not always a given. And that's not always an option. Like I said with my mom when we went to the doctor, and she was dismissed, rushed, and brushed off so he could get to the next client. That patient. And I just really feel in the U.S. that we're trained not to trust. The system breeds anxiety. So much anxiety around the visit. Also, I really didn't realize how traumatized I was until I had to sit in front of someone that I actually trusted and just say, hey, this is what's going on. And then was met with like sincere care. It wasn't tell the nurse or a nurse standing there taking notes and, I'm in a pile. It was, a hug at the end of my visit. It was a handshake, then it was a hug. And it just gave me a place of peace, of soft landing when it comes to medical care. It's a totally different experience here. It really puts the care in medical care. It's more like a relationship. It's what's wrong. How do you feel? Like, you know your body better than I do. So if something's off, come talk to me about it. Allow me space to give you what you need, because I do really care, which is totally different than most of us have experienced. So then the role of peace and health here in Mérida, since I moved here, my health has improved. So we got the results back from my test, and I was pretty much in hypochondriac mode, where I was giving myself everything, and then I have nothing. I didn't have nothing. The one thing that I really like is the oxygen in my blood, oxygenated blood. Like, that tells you if you have clots, or, if you have an imminent thing that could possibly happen, something's clogged up. And I like that, the nitrate, the oxygen in my blood. I like the fact that he sat down and explained. He didn't tell me he told me my test results, but he explained what they do, what they are, what this is. Do you have any questions? Do you want any special testing? So I told him that my glucose level was really good. It was lower than I thought it would be, but I still have some questions. So he said, that's fine. I can send the tech back to your house, and we can do a specific test for that, your AC1. So I'm like, cool. So you can get other tests taken. You don't have to wait. They come back the next day, and then you can make an appointment and see about your test, right? So that was amazing. I really appreciated the fullness of it. I just wasn't left. If I needed something extra or wanted to follow up on something with myself, I could do that. And that was amazing. Because it's like, once you see the doctor, then it's pretty much over. You got to wait. Like Invencia said, the U.S. is parallel. You got to wait for another appointment. So not just from the food, but from the lack of external stress, I think impacted my health. I can definitely say when I moved here that my levels weren't like that. And because the fact that I let go of a lot of things, eating better, exercising, losing weight, and external stress, like just living in survival mode all the time. You know what I'm saying? Managing bills and rent, right? I'm free in that area. So I finally felt safe enough to check on myself, and my body was fine. And I don't do a lot of extra things to my body. I don't consume a lot of sugar, more natural foods that are accessible. I know in the States a lot of people want to eat better, but the food is not accessible. I often say it's difficult to be a vegan, even because your boy, the gatekeeper, then put lockdown on a lot of these farms. And a lot of the farms are receiving GMO products. There was a particular farm in the South. It was a black-owned farm. The guy was on TikTok talking about saving his farm. I don't know if he ever did. I lost track of him. But he was one of the people that refused to take the seeds and plant these GMO crops. So he was in a battle pretty much with the gatekeepers and, the ownership of his own land. You all may want to look that up to see what happened. I'm going to go back to see what happened to the young man, because he was on there quite constant on TikTok. And Vincia says if you don't have a family doctor, you are almost stuck. Your opinion is to go to the emergency room, or try to get an appointment online to see a doctor if it's not urgent, more than a week for 5 minutes. Wow. And it's bad. This is the only place I'm seeing that's doing it like this. And the affordability, I think that a lot of times we confuse affordability with low service. And, just because it's affordable doesn't mean it's cheap or low. I mean, I think China has pulled the rug underneath that with these luxury items. These Louis Vuitton bags is worth $2, right? So worth is in the soul of the beholder. Also, let me look at my notes, make sure I got everything. States with tests. I wanted to touch on this too when my doctor said, you know your body better than me. If you feel something's off or you want to take a test for a certain, symptom or something you may have, come and talk to me about it. It's a conversation. So in the States, they just test, a lot of tests, and nothing's particularly wrong with you, right? But you go to the doctor, you feel like they gonna find something because that's what they do. Where here it's more of a conversation. Like I said, what's wrong? What do you feel? Your blood says this. Let me check your body. You stay on your test, mammogram, whatever you got to get. Chopo is very affordable. You getting a whole panel done, blood work, digital scans, whatever you need done for under $100. So all of my blood work, because I did a comprehensive package, was $125, right? $125. So number 6 is the pharmacy is the new catacomb. So I had a moment to reflect on the pharmacy because, we often talk about the fact that you can come here and you don't need a prescription to buy your medication unless it is a narcotic, Valium, fentanyl, stuff like that, Percocet. So you're going to need to see a doctor, but the doctor is in the pharmacy. So you don't have to go find a doctor or get your doctor. So in my opinion, they just spiritual graveyards. They're not really healing anybody. They're just treating symptoms and pretty much pain management for profit. And it's a synthetic wellness, because what I've learned here in Mexico is wellness comes through consumption, which you intake, whatever food you're eating. I'm eating food with high content value, non-GMO, authentic, seeds, Mother Earth. That's one of the many things that I love about Mérida. It's very earthy. These people are cultivators and carers of the earth, right? And they do the same with one another. Affordable doesn't mean low quality, as I mentioned. So cheap doesn't mean, or affordable doesn't mean it's low care. That's the lie that the states continually perpetrate. What I paid for was time, attention, peace, not paperwork, right? People are more important than the profit. People are more important than the profit. U.S. deductibles alone are often higher than the out-of-pocket cost for service here out of the country. A lot of people go outside of the country just to get procedures done. We know about the BBL girl. Regardless of the story, it was affordable and she came. A lot of people come here to get their teeth done. If they need evasive surgery or evasive reconstruction. So this particular live is not really to convince anyone, but just to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? That the U.S. healthcare system is not designed for wellness. It's designed for maintenance and profit. And if you're struggling or anxious or feeling like something's wrong, ask yourself, is it my body or is it the system that I'm trapped in? Because I'm telling y'all, I gave myself everything and had nothing. Okay? So you can read about it, more about it on my Substack, where I go into detail about my fibroids and stuff like that. Um, I try to give as much information as I can from this side so you can have a contrast about what you're worth. You're so much worth more than the care that you're receiving or lack thereof. I don't really think that people are receiving adequate care. In the States, in Canada, in most places, I'm finding in more brown Latin places, care in a different way. It's 101, and they don't have to worry about the money to support the project, to support the doctors, because they give them sovereignty to create their own wealth. And they don't put a nurse in the middle. They don't put administration in the middle. They don't put copays in the middle and insurance in the middle. And I was able to accomplish all of this with no insurance. With no insurance. And I feel confident in going back to get whatever, panels or blood work or procedures or whatever. I feel way more secure, and I trust these people a lot more than I do any doctor, even though my doctor did a wonderful job in the States. I've never felt seen in the States with a doctor. I've never felt heard. And pretty much they scare me in the States. I think a lot of people don't go to the doctor because it's too complicated. It's too complicated. It's too complicated to get the appointment. It's too complicated to get past the nurse to tell the doctor, or really be secure in the fact that whatever you're telling the nurse, she's relaying to your doctor appropriately or totally, the total thing. And then the intimacy of having another person in the room when you're talking to your doctor, not having to do that, having one-on-one connection. I can send a message on WhatsApp to my doctor directly if I want to about any test, about anything. T said, I just went to the doctor and had blood work done yesterday. I do not want to see the bill, and I haven't reached my deductible yet. Right? You don't even want to see the bill. People don't want to go because they don't want to get the bill. You know what I'm saying? So $125. That was the total workup. And then the actual visit was $25. That's how much my doctor's visit was. It was $25. So I gave him 500 pesos and I was on my way. $25. That's the deductible. If it was a deductible, it's not deducted from. They deducting it from an amount that you would owe them, right? Right. We're gonna let you pay this 25. We're gonna take care of you. But if you need this work done, you're gonna have to pay the 20%, 10%, 30%. Depending on which. Oh, don't need to see a specialist. So in the States, you need a referral to see a specialist. Here, he'll just write it on a note and give it to you, and you reach out to the specialist. Make an appointment, right? Make an appointment. Make an appointment. So I go more into it on my Substack. I talk about my fibroids on my Substack. I've never talked about it before. That was in my early 40s. It was quite traumatic, but we made it through. So healthcare is very important. There's certain things I don't do to my body, certain foods I don't eat, but I have found here that I'm able to eat them. Prime example is pink lemonade. I was never able to drink pink lemonade in the States because of the acidity. Here, I'm able to drink pink lemonade. It's amazing. I don't have any reflux, no heartburn. I gave myself high cholesterol. My cholesterol is fine. Right? So check me on Substack. I got a whole bunch of Substacks that you all may find interesting. America Trauma Bond is heavy. I'm coming from the hip, so it's not really a lot of, it's not zero coddling. It's all facts, not fiction. It's the way I see it, soul soil, you know what I'm saying? The way I see it. So check out Woke. That's good because it talks about awake versus aware. A lot of us are awake, but are you aware? The psychosis of consumerism, which was one of my favorite pieces to do, is based around this revealing of China and the land of luxury. Those are hand in hand. Part A is the land of luxury, the illusion in the land of luxury, and then it follows it up with the psychosis of consumerism. And I made these because I live in a different reality. I live in a reality where people don't care about none of that. They don't care about nothing. Ain't nobody's rocking Gucci here. They don't even know who. Half people don't even know who it is and don't care. They're not rocking Louis. They're not rocking none of that. They rocking families, legacy, land, property, health. Yeah, they rocking that. They not rocking none of that other stuff. So because I'm on 3 years, I'll be going into my fourth, sliding into my fourth in a couple of months, the beginning of my fourth year here. I'm totally a different person. That's why I can't be who I was, because I am who I am now, right? And I'm supposed to change. I'm supposed to evolve. I've had text message. I've received 15-minute voice messages about how I should go back to my former self and drown. Pretty much, because that's what's going to happen. You can never return to a place that you once were. Once you stretch, you're like a rubber band. Once you stretch, you cannot go back to your primal proportion. You can't. You stretch, forever stretch. And the more you stretch, the bigger you get. The broader you get, the bigger your mind gets, the wider your reception gets, your antennas. They get longer. So people who are stuck in themselves would love nothing other than to have you stuck right with them. And I'm not going to be able to do that. We on the bigger and better things. We are growing together or growing apart. You might not see faces you usually see because I had to put the law down. I'm not here for you to dump on. I'm not here for you to pour out your heart and soul unless you're going to pay me a fee. Then I can help you. But I'm in my place of peace. And if you support me, love me, you going to follow me, and you going to support me where I'm going and say, what can I do to help you in that space? Or how can I align? Because I'm always on greatness at all times. How can I align and get some of the sauce? You know what I'm saying? That's what I did with Cortez. I didn't compete. I didn't get jealous. I aligned. Mentor me. Show me the way. I'm an open vessel. Allowance. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, some people can't deal with that. They can't deal with where we going. They too, hey, co-living, what's up? What's up, girl? So, you know, we moving, and I'm about quality, not quantity. I know that this is a special sector, helping people change their lives, helping people move abroad or travel or expand beyond their limitations, to pass beyond the invisible borders that we build for ourselves. And in order to do that, we got to grow. We got to expand. We got to think big. We got to make moves. And you can't do that in staying in the same place or regressing. So for everybody that's here, I appreciate you rocking with your girl. I appreciate you logging in and not logging off. Because this is a place of healing. I'm not going to allow anybody to sit in the space of pain if I can do anything about it, right? I'm here to lift you up, not remind you of the pain. I'm here to show you there's a better way, and you don't have to submit to the pain. You don't have to surrender to the pain. Neither physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, socially, psychologically, sociologically. We can go through all of them. You ain't got to do it. There's a better way. So that's why I did Soul Source. So in between videos, you can get rooted in another. You can redefine your mission, redefine your life. Check out the Substacks. Also, the last one I did was digital warfare. These real IDs are the beginning of a deeper surveillance that you guys cannot see. I can see a lot of stuff. I'm a seer. I connect with the other side. I got a lot going on with me. So I can see the digital warfare. You're in it, so sometimes you can't see, just like bad relationships. When your girlfriend tell you to leave, but you be like, I love him. You can't see it. But once you get out of it, you can see it clearly. You're like, oh my God, why did I even do it? So that's what my eyes do. They can see what you can't see, and I see the silent siege. I see from real ID to real eyes on you. Control ain't coming, it's here. And I also made you a a digital self-defense starter kits. Try saying that fast. Where you can protect your peace and secure your soul and navigate through the noise. So in that kit, there's a lot of stuff. There's places where you can go with like-minded people. There's places you can like get VPN. You don't have to live abroad to have VPN, right? I use ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN in the Google Store. I'm sure it's in the iTunes. I think that's what iPhones use. And even if you download it, it's like $10 or something a month. I think they have a free version. I pay it because you can secure yourself even in the States, right? So you just log on, you go on, they will encrypt your connection. So that means anything that you're connected to, it's encrypted. If you're in your bank, if you go on a site that you're not 100% is SLL secured, you're protected. So this will help you get a little sense of more protection and control over your stuff, man, over your assets. Especially if you're trying to move, you trying to make sure your money is secure and make sure that your savings and stuff. So check out the digital warfare Substack and get the kit. It's a lot of information in there. You ain't got to look it up. I did it for you. Right now, we do have the Cut the Cord course going on. I missed you, Tanya. I want to thank my other students for being there. It was wonderful. We had a great time. We got into a discussion about this week. I forgot what this week was, y'all. I've been doing so much work. Last week was the break when you realize it. And then this week, I just remembered it's calling the BS what it is. It is what it is. And a lot of people had a lot of pain and trepidation around work. I'm kind of out of that area. So I was like, wow. And I leave space for conversation, especially between students. And they resonated. One young lady's in Alabama. The other young lady is in the DMV. Whoop, whoop, DMV. So even though they were miles apart, they still work for a certain sector of the U.S. So they could relate, right, to tendencies, certain levels. Alabama, you're feeling more of the bruntness of it. DC is more green than it is black and white. So they were able to converse about the pains of working in a very hostile environment. Some of you all can probably relate to working with people who are angry, who are resentful of their jobs, who take it out on everybody around, right, Invencia? Melody, about, like just working in a toxic environment, dealing with toxic people, which we all are to some extent, even if we say we're not, in the healing process until you get rid of it, right? And we all trying to get rid of something or redefine it. And so it was a lot of that on the call, and I left space for conversation because I think it's important to have a place to have people to relate to and have answers, right? And that's what we talked about, answers, avenues to take to relieve the stress, right? So if you're interested, the course is still going on. We are going to week number 3. It is a 12-week course. I've committed to helping people to guide them through the quagmire. I'm here to help you get through, if not in all ways, but we are definitely redefining and we are expanding the way we do so. My books are coming out. I have to get an ISBN. That's why you don't see them yet. So I'm working on getting the ISBN. They do cost money. And so I'm hustling to do that. And so I can get these available on all platforms. Also, the website will be updated. And a lot of stuff that you see will go away. So if you still want to get a consultation, they still double nickel, just like me. For the rest of the month, they will go up. I was going to get rid of them, but I'll keep them. Travel and relocation packages I want to talk on for a hot second. If you're interested, just email me. They may not be available on the website, but I will be offering them to people who are serious, like Melody. People who are serious about leaving the USBS, right? Nikki of Tia Nikki Consult Firm is here to help you. Also, take the free business course. It'll give you some ideas on how to make some extra money, how to give you some savings, get you some savings so you can rock out of the US, right? And then continue to cultivate. Now, remember, I told you guys, you don't need a lot. You don't need to break the bank to live here. You just don't. Come with a modest amount of savings, a plan, and a job online, or working on it diligently through the time that your savings will hold you, right? Because that's what I did. I had savings. I used it for as long as I possibly could. But I didn't just sit on it. I worked at the same time to stretch it out. So I made money and kept money. And I think that's what helped me, be here as long as I can, because I didn't just wait until the money was gone. I started working immediately because of Cortez. I jumped right on it. He was very instrumental in helping me to create the platform, right? So, in honor of him, I just continue to evolve and give you all more information. There's so many times that you're going to be able to know how many to buy a SIM card for your phone. I think we all got that. So many times that you're going to know what side of the city. I think we got that. Central, Paseo de Montejo. I think we got all of that, right? The bugs, all of that. We've covered all that. I got a video called Back to the Basics where I talk about everything basic, all the basic things, even houses, which you need to look for. We did 7 properties in 7 days with Melody. So y'all saw all the houses. Y'all know how much all the stuff costs. You do. You know how much the rent is, or some of y'all even know what area you want to stay in. So we got to start talking about those things because you're still sitting there. Pardon me, and I'm concerned. So to me, the travel package is good, but a travel plan is better. So that's what I'm doing, relocation and travel planning, like I did with Tonya, who's well on her way. Go back and look at the interview with both of us. She's a wonderful person, beautiful lady. She talks about self-care and what that looks like for Black women. Not the commercial self-care, real self-care, the moments that make a difference. And she just needed some help trying to get rid of her house, her car, map it out. And a lot of times when you in it, you can't map it out. You too scattered. So that's why I come in, because I've already done it. I done mapped it. I done made it. I done created it, the business, all of it. So I could probably help you, right? Yeah. And I will help you map it out. And I will hold, more than that, I will hold you accountable. Because that's what a lot of people get. They got a plan that's sitting in their face, but they ain't got nobody to hold them accountable. Check on them. What progress have you made? What's my weekly report? Some people need that extra push. Some people need to be left alone with the plan. And they execute it in their own time. However it go, whatever you need, that's what I'm here to do. To help you plan it out, get your thoughts organized, and give you some inspiration, direction. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. Let's get your life together. so much toxicity, and y'all are inundated with information. You like overly informed, and things happen so quick with the tangerine tyrant. It's like every 5 seconds, something new, something new. You don't even get over the last thing that happened before the next thing happens. So how in God's name are you going to make a plan in the middle of chaos? So you need a quiet voice. You need a voice that can support you underneath while you keep going and give you a vision where you move from where you are to where you want to be. And that's all you think about. You be like, I'm just here. I got a plan. I'm about here. Peace, I'm gone. I'm just here physically. I checked out mentally, emotionally, and all I'm waiting to do is buy my ticket. And I'm out. So a lot of you are at that point, and I'm willing to work with you. I'll get you past that threshold. That's why I do the Substacks. To keep the momentum going. To keep your momentum going. Check out the Silent Rage. Digital warfare is really good. It's never too late to join the class. It's still like half off right now until the end of the month, and then the prices will change. So if you're interested, we would love to have you. We get into deep conversations. On the paid subscription channel, I will put some excerpts on the membership. If you're interested in joining the YouTube membership, I'm going to put some behind the scenes interactions, and it's really to show you that you are not alone. There are so many of you that are in different seasons of your transition. And in all the seasons, you need support and direction and guidance. You need a leader, and I pride myself in being that. And what I do, I can't tell nobody else how to do what they do, but I know what I did, right? I know for a fact I was here and living it, right? And so that's what I'm doing now. I'm going from traveling and all of that to living life in Mérida. And I see it every day. It brings tears to my eyes, guys, to just walk outside in the sunshine, hit my face without chemtrails. Without chemtrails. I got the water delivered right out front. Fresh air, good people, sweetest people, the salt of the earth. These people are like molasses. Melody said, thank you again. I'm so in love with my decision. Ha! Come on, Melody. That's right. Get in love with your decision to haul ass. Melody did not come to play at all. You seen her. She kept going till she found her spot. Now she can go out on her balcony, which is beautiful, and have her some tea or a glass of wine. Have her some tunes. It's secluded. It's private. She got her a pool. Y'all seen the video. If you didn't, go back and look at Lucky Number 7. Right? I'm just here mentally. I love the class. I really miss y'all yesterday. We missed you too, girl. I'm glad you love the class. Somebody else in the class said a lot of people have these classes, but they don't give them like materials or tools to work with, resources. It's like you just take the class for the moment. And one of the young ladies says she got more from that. We were on there 2 hours last night. The class is only 45 minutes with a 15-minute discussion, but we rocked it out for 2 hours. And a lady, one of my students, she said that she got more out of that 2 hours than she got for classes that cost 3 times that much and that are, 4 hours or whatever. And she got so much out of that one, and we got 11 more to go, or 10 more to go. So in each week we stretch, right? We stretch the dynamic, we stretch the possibilities and make them more of a reality. I think a lot of people just think it's so far-fetched, like how could I do it? And it becomes more attainable when I tell my story, or when we're sitting in a room in a think tank and we're coming up with strategies and a way to do things. The most thing I can say to my students and people who are interested in going is the willingness to let go of where you are and see things differently. Just the willingness to let go of where you are and see things differently. And I do not mean that geographically. I do mean it spiritually. To be open to the possibilities, open to information. The commiseration that we as Black people do perpetuate a negative energy that dwells in and around our being. We have to change our menu. We have to change our mindset. And we have to change the words that we speak, not only outward, but to ourselves, right? It's all about how you talk to yourself, all about how you love yourself. You ain't going to be able to love the next person. You got to love yourself first. And unfortunately, a lot of us have lost touch with what that really means to love and honor the soul, because it's too convoluted with other people's shit. With what you all think is the world, but I'm here to tell you it's not. I'm here to bring you the contrast, to bring you what's happening here in Mérida, especially when it comes to medical attention, which is huge. Without your health, you have nothing, right? So to be able to obtain that, to be able to be secure and safe in it, is a different feeling. I'm thankful for you too, Tanya. I'm so happy you're here. Helen says, my house is on the market and my bags are packed. I'm waiting on an offer with the signed contract. Once the contract is in place, I'll be on a flight. Everything else can be done electronically. Right? Tell me when to send the document, sign and send, right? That's right. Because it's indeed possible. I'm living proof that it's possible, all the way from homelessness. I remember being in my car and eating food out of the Safeway or Giant, and they don't have no microwave. So it was cold, but I was happy I had food. And then where I was staying, the electricity was out, and it was July. I was burning up. It was some things that just make me grateful for this moment. It made me grateful for the fruit, grateful for the opportunity to leave and be safe and secure, and know I'm gonna make my rent not only this month, but the month after that, the month after that. It's $250. I can do a little something strange for a little change for $250. I can come up with $250. You know what I mean? So it doesn't take me bleeding and bruising for me to live a fruitful and happy life. And I believe that my health is proof of that, because I was so worried about having this. And so, because I'm used to the infliction of the states, which I know cause dis-ease. To be in that type of environment with bad food, bad air, bad government, it's just all bad. It's negative energy coming at you in all directions. How can you be healthy in the hospital? It's made for the sick, right? You know I'm praying for you, girl. Pray for Helen, y'all. You know, so it's almost impossible to heal in that toxic environment. So you got to switch your location. You got to switch your environment. And I can guarantee you, just from my experience, hear me now, believe me later, that you will improve. Not only your physical body, but your mindset. Mentally, you'll feel better, healthy. Emotionally, healthy. Physically, healthy. Socially, healthy. A lot of people have found companions. And that don't mean that it's the opposite sex. Women, a lot of women here have found sisterhood with people. And that laughter is medicine. Right? Laughter is medicine. Being around good people who bring you joy and not sadness. People who lift you up instead of pulling you down. People who pour into you instead of dump into you. Right? So, y'all catch me on Facebook. I'll be putting everything on there. I'll be on Twitch as soon as I get my equipment so I can DJ. I'm excited about that. And the next stop is the dentist and vision. So we'll have some follow-up videos on how it goes when I get glasses. I'm retiring the Tia Nikki red glasses. I've had them, oh my God, since 2018. I need a new pair of glasses. So I saw a pair I wanted, but the guy's never in the office. And what's so funny is the security that was there just gave me his WhatsApp number. He was like, just tell him to come and meet you here. You can get the glasses. That's how easy it is, right? So I'm going to do that next. I'm going to do the glasses and get rid of Sally Jesse Raphael glasses. And I'm going to do the dentist. I would love to have veneers. and they are super affordable here. Look them up. They are super. If you need any type of dental work done, Mexico is the place to get it done. I mean, for real, for real. Any type of medical vision. You need glasses. You can. I mean, the glasses I had, they cost $1,000. I'm sure. I went and saw about glasses about a year or so ago. For the check this out. They have a place where you can get a free prescription. It's called Unix. UNIX, I believe. My doctor told me about it. He said it's free. You can go in there and they will do a whole eye exam on you for free. Give you the prescription and then you take it to the eyeglass place and they make the glasses. So you don't even have to pay for it. You just pay for the glasses, which is like 1,500 pesos, $75, 2,000 pesos, $100, less than that, depending on the frame that you choose. Right? This is called a society that's functioning, that actually takes care of one another, that actually care about one another. Right? Oh, I'm going to share with you. I want y'all to know. You need to be able to see, because I be hearing too much on TikTok about we the best in the world. And they think the United States is the world. And I'm like, it's just so not. It's so not. On any. Okay, when was it the best in the world? Was it slavery? Was it Jim Crow? Was it the mass shootings? Y'all have one a week. Do you know from the beginning of the year until now, and this is only what? The fourth month? The middle of the fourth month, there have been 18 mass shootings in the United States. Y'all just had one this week, I think, in Dallas. It's just normal now. Y'all ain't nobody even feel nothing no more. I be over here like, oh my God. Oh my God. Because there is no violence where I am. I haven't heard a gunshot in 3 years. Not one on TV. And I stopped looking at them shows. I haven't heard the ambulance maybe 3 times since I've been here. I don't hear nobody arguing, raising their voice. There's no Karen. There still isn't. I talked about this 2 years ago. I was like, y'all ain't no Karens and Kevins. And it's still 3 years later, it still ain't no Karens and Kevins. These people treat each other with so much respect and care. They leave me in awe, and all I can do is soak up the culture. It's like change me from the inside out. I always want to be my ethnicity, but I would love to mix theirs in with it and be Africana, Mexicana. I'm doing a whole thing, a Substack on Un-American. How to live abroad and un-Americanize, right? Because, to be honest, every other country does not like Americans right now. Nobody like Americans. Go on TikTok. They'll tell you how much they don't. And they do understand the separation between the orange, the tangerine tyrant, and the people, right? So that's what China's doing. They going to the people. Here, direct connect. Don't worry about the tariffs. You can just call us and we'll send it to you. They got houses on there, cars on there. We will send you a house in 48 hours. The whole thing in the United States is changing. The whole vibration, the whole government, the expectations, and it ain't good. I don't know if y'all noticed. It ain't good. And there will come a time, because they're talking about it now. Yamoja. Hola, one yesterday at the university in Florida. You see what I'm saying? Every week. And it's just desensitizes you. You know what I'm saying? It become normal. And I'm here to tell y'all this shit is not normal. It's not. It is very abnormal. It is not natural to kill people. It's not natural to make people suffer. It's not natural to be happy about it. Your president is on TV glorifying it. They didn't turn off his mic, and they got him saying a whole bunch of stuff. He getting a little thrill out of this. He don't even need the Viagra. Right? It's a game. Y'all got to let them stop playing with you. I got out of it. I look from birth almost. I knew this is not it. It's just one day at about 25 or 35. I was like, so all you can do is be a movie star or an actor to make $1 million. I mean, on the quick line. Nobody ever told me about being a business owner, about cultivating a skill. They took all of that out of school. Remember when they had to have shop? Used to have shop. They used to have, what's the other one they had, y'all? They had the mechanics where the boys learn to work on cars, underwater welding. They laughed at it, but now underwater welding play $150,000 a year. So they took all the trades out. Right? Damn, 2 unalive. That's crazy. Life has no value in the States. And here is everything. Family is everything. Life is everything. Like they're living. And I'm like the cousin who going to the cookout and I be calling it, you like, girl, I'm going to the cookout. You going? You be like, there's a cookout? Yeah, they got barbecue. They got an open bar. They got the DJ. That's how I feel in Mexico. And I'm like, everybody come to the barbecue. I'm trying to get y'all come to the barbecue. Because it's lit. Is it lit, Melody? It's lit. Today is a holiday. Good Friday. And here, they shut down everything. Most stores are closed today. I noticed there was no traffic. Trabajo, work, no work. This is a federal holiday. Right? And whether I celebrate it at night, I sure appreciate it. That's good looking right there, giving people a day to spend with their families. Right? Because that's what's important. So I think we hit our hour mark, guys. I'm going to let you go, but I'm going to keep you posted. I'm going to keep you posted on the dentist. I'm going to go for the eyes next. I'm going to do the eyes next and give me a new frame and tell you, I want to go to the place with the free subscription. Free prescription. I want to go to the place with the free prescription. He said, yeah, you can go in there and get your eyeglass prescription and take it over to wherever you want to go and they'll make you glasses. So I'll let y'all know how that go. I'll probably take some video while I'm out like I did of the lab guy. And then next I'm going to the dentist. I'm on the dentist. All my life I've been wanting to close up my gap. All I'm like, no, the dimples in the gap, that's you. I'll never close it, but I want it closer together. Like a dime. Maybe about a dime. And get all of those together. Get pulled what I need to get pulled. Get done what I need to get done. And make it pretty. I've never had a pretty mouth. So I be like looking at people with the straight teeth. That's beautiful. If you got straight, they're beautiful. I even like the crooked ones that are together. They're beautiful. So, it's lit, Melody said. So I want to work on that. So I like it here because it gives you a chance to work on yourself and it don't cost you $1 million to get your mouth work done or get a pair of glasses. You don't need insurance. I was looking at one guy, he was trying to get something done and the deductible was higher with the insurance than with none. It was like $200 with no insurance for low income. And he was like, I got insurance and his deductible was like $600. What in the world is that? That's crazy. Crazy. But if you hear, you ain't got to worry about none of that. Just have your little money together, know what you need. And the good thing is you don't have to go through a bunch of people. If you need to talk to the anesthesiologist, you can go to WhatsApp and just email or just WhatsApp message the anesthesiologist. Right? Need to talk to the doctor, eye doctor, direct contact. You don't have to go through no loops. No loops. So before I go, does anybody have any questions about the doctor's visit? If you're gonna be in town and you need a doctor, all the people I've had consultations with already have information. But if you need a doctor when you come to town, just email me. I'm everywhere. Tia Nikki and Mérida, Travel Abroad at Tia Nikki, Life with Tia Nikki. All of them work. Depending on how many social groups you join, there are daily and nightly events for you to attend. Correcto, right? I be telling people every day is something to do in Mérida. Every day. When I first came, woke me out. I tried to go to all the events. Isn't tonight the open mic, Melody? I was thinking about going to that. I think I missed it. Helen said, I'm going to buy eyeglasses. When I get there, I'll reach out to you for details. When I don't know nothing about eyeglasses, boo. I'm going to that next. Eyeglasses and dentists. I do not have a contact for that. Eyeglasses place is on every corner, and you can go to Unix for prescription. I haven't done it yet, so I have no idea who and where. And I'll post it when I go for everybody to see. And then also I will do that with the dentist wherever I go. Dentists are on every corner. I suggest people pick their own dentist. Don't go where I go. Pick your own dentist. Pick what you like. You may need this done or something done different. I need a whole bunch of work done. I need a lot of work done. A lot of root work done. A lot. So if you good with the straight teeth and all the things, you probably don't need evasive stuff like I do. My mama need dentures. So everybody needs something different. But I'll do a video on the dentist and I'll do video on the glasses when I get them done. Dr. Jose, I believe everybody has that information. If you need Dr. Jose's, email me and I'll give you his WhatsApp contact information after I tell him that I'm giving his WhatsApp information, right? So that's what we're doing, y'all. We're doing big things here, taking care of health in all forms, some things that we don't get to do in the States. Yeah, this was DJ Frequency tonight. My homegirl Angela mic stat, she's on the mic. She told me about it and I missed it. I asked her earlier, but today has been crazy. Damn. But I think she's doing it every week or every other week or something like that. So I'll catch it. I'll come by and scoop you up and we'll go if you want to. And then there's some other stuff coming up too as it gets warmer. Here it's still spring. It's still nice. To me, it's not that hot and humid yet. So we are soaking it up, right? So this is a good time to come to Mérida. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. I will see you on Sunday. I'll be live in my regular time on Sunday. If you guys need any help with the doctor's information, go to my Substack. All the information is there. My story more in depth is there about my fibroids and things like that. It's a little bit different than this interaction here. And there are other Substacks. I am asking you all to please go and support my Substack. I'll be doing videos over there and a lot more, a different type of material than how to get a SIM card. We've done that. I got 300 videos with coddling. You can do it and how to do it. Look at them. If you need a refresher. For my people who are ready for this new excellent road that we're on, let's ride. Now, I took a gummy about an hour ago and it's starting to kick in. So I'm going to go and enjoy my gummy and look at Power, Canaan. I got to see episode number 7. All right, kiddios, I love you all the time with my whole chest. Have a wonderful weekend. I will see you on Sunday where we'll get into it. Yeah, she might be I think she is busy. We're going to catch up, though. We're going to get up Melody. Tanya, thank you for all the love. I appreciate everybody who tuned in tonight. I will see you on Sunday. All right? I'll talk to y'all later. Buenas noches.